Hello, my healing fam. Welcome to Sound Healing Sundays. For today, I wanted to talk a little bit about positive affirmations. I have a few clients that struggle with, believing in the power of affirmation, right? I hear a lot of people, even, past clients, friends, family, struggle with the utilization of positive affirmations because they believe, I'm just saying it, right? Like you don't really believe or invest in the value of saying it or understand why you're saying it, and you're repeating it, but you're not embodying the feeling of that emotion or that affirmation, and that's where it loses its power because it's not rooted in the faith or the understanding of why you're doing it in the first place. And so there is a lot of power in speaking things out, right? And regardless of what your denomination is, I've heard, there's power, there's life and death in the power of the tongue. Words being a spell, that's why it's called spelling. Just the power in speech and saying things aloud, right? And there's truth in that. We internalize a lot of information from what we hear, and we absorb it because we're very much wanting to understand our world around us and ourselves. And a lot of the information that we receive in our youth, we internalize whether or not it's true or not. And so you have to understand why affirmation is so important, because a lot of what has been communicated to you is just societal maybe norms, or people projecting, or people's fears or doubts being externalized onto you, or things that you have witnessed and you have became fearful for out of your own prejudices and fears and doubts. And so it might not be rooted in truth, but you receive it in truth. And so the reason that affirmation is so important is because you are reframing that narrative that you have communicated with yourself, even though it might not be true. So here's the thing, right? So think about, for instance, you got bullied as a kid for a certain quality, right? I'll use me as an example because I know I'm fine now, but I used to get talked about my legs. I used to hate wearing shorts and things like that because I got called like rhino legs, and just like, and being compared, and to some people they probably thought that was a compliment, like, but being compared to, an animal with, especially a rhinoceros, it just wasn't complimentary. So I just was very shameful about wearing shorts or dresses and things like that until I got older. Right? But this is me internalizing other people's perceptions of me and how they visualize me, and not necessarily how I visualize myself. And so the purpose of retraining your brain with positive affirmations is you are removing someone else's perception of you, someone else's ideologies of you, and you replacing it with something that you choose and you desire to live with and live by. And so that's why you get to choose what that affirmation is. In therapy, of course, we offer suggestions and, and I've given out lists and tools as things to like hear some encouragement. But ultimately, I really want you to sit down and think of affirmations that really fulfill and really touch spots of you that you know that you need more life spoken into. And it's not all the same for us, right? And we can practice some general affirmations as a whole, just very empowering conversations that we can have with ourselves on a daily basis. But I think we all specifically have very rooted insecurities that you might need specific affirmations for. And so when we get done practicing the affirmations that we'll go over in a little bit, I really want you to sit down in your journal and specifically write down some affirmations that you know are specific to yourself that you need to implant and practice. And when I say practice, it's not I'm put it on the fridge or on my mirror and I'm gonna say it once a week and forget about it and then get sad and then go back to the list and then remember to use it again. It's a daily practice. So think about whatever those affirmations are. I want you to think about those affirmations and write them down in the journal. But in the moment, we can go over a few together. Just some very empowering affirmations. Again, we're hitting on the solar plexus and the sacral chakra, because I feel like, again, a lot of what feels stuck, whatever creativity, whatever talent, whatever idea, whatever project that is manifesting in you, you feel stuck and maybe powerless or insecure or imposter syndrome. It's usually stuck in these areas, and you want to just go ahead and kind of release some of that doubt, release some of that fear. And again, it's through affirming ourselves that we can feel more empowered to do those things. So if you want to go ahead and get comfortable, you can go ahead and close your eyes. You can sit comfortably with your legs crossed. Have very light posture. Relax your shoulders. You can breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth with a deep inhale, filling up your chest and your belly. Again, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Again, we're releasing shame, we're releasing criticism, we're releasing judgment. On that inhale, breathe in confidence, reassurance. And the exhale, releasing doubt. So here are some affirmations you can practice. I am worthy. I am confident. I have creativity. I have charisma. I have purpose. I am loved. I am cherished. I am competent. I am capable of doing anything I put my mind to. I am a good person. I am walking in my purpose. I am a great person to be around. I give love and I receive love. I am worthy of multiple gifts and talents. I am worthy of a life of abundance. I have great friends and family. I have a great community around me. So the bells are kind of unnecessary, but I add them in as like an affirmation, like I'm sending that tone, that wavelength out into the universe for it to be received. So I add that on as particular for me, is because again, it's like me sealing the envelope and sending it out to the universe to know that I mean what I say when I say I am capable, I am confident, I am worthy of abundance, I am love, I am giving love, I am receiving love, I have a great community, and I mean when I say it. So that's why I go ahead and tap that and send that one up. Again, if you want to take a few moments to write down your own positive affirmations in your journal, I can give you 4 minutes to go ahead and complete that. Again, think about where you're feeling stuck. Where are you feeling some insecurity, some doubt, some imposter syndrome? And it could be about work, it could be about family, it could be about school. Where are you feeling stuck? Maybe in your creative works, maybe in your expression. I want you to go ahead and write down some affirmations you want to practice that you can feel more empowered, and make sure that you practice on the daily. And we can take a few moments. So me, I told you to make it personal, right? I am such a wordy, I'm such a wordy person. So when I practiced the affirmations earlier, I kept it short and sweet because I'm typically very wordy. And I didn't want people like repeating after me, stumbling over a bunch of stuff. So that's why I kept it short and sweet. But here's one of mine. I live loved and protected by my ancestors to live a good, fruitful, and meaningful life. I am abundant and powerful in my knowledge and my awareness, and I'm a creator of opportunity and wealth. So that's just an example of like how I just want to expand as a business owner, as a helper, a healer, a clinician, a practitioner. I want to be just very expansive in what I can provide and what I can share, and just creating opportunities for myself and for others and for the community. So I speak that life into myself and into the atmosphere, and that is my affirmation that I will share. There are plenty more, but that is what I'll share for today. And so if you want to go ahead and get comfortable, you can relax on your mat, or you can, get seated comfortable. We're going to go ahead and get started with our sound bath session. So go ahead and get comfortable.
Healing fam, I appreciate you being with me this evening and being with me for this sound bath. I hope you feel more empowered, more relaxed. Take this list with you and make sure you keep it with you and read it daily. Again, I hope you feel more empowered in your week. And again, I appreciate you being with me, here with me this Sunday. The light that is within me sees the light that is within you. And namaste. Have a good week.